G'day, it's Jamie, and welcome to Where's My Yowie. Today, I'm reading an old newspaper article about bunyips, so we'll get into it. This was published in the Macleay Argus on Tuesday, the 16th of May, 1933, titled The Bunyip, an Australian Mystery by H. Collingwood. The early settlers in the then almost unknown land of Australia must have felt that there were more things in heaven and earth, as settlement was pushed beyond the edge of the unknown. Who knew what strange and fierce animals or monsters the bush might hold? And to this feeling of uncertainty, the tales of the Aborigines of the mythical Bunyip, which must early have reached the ears of newcomers, must have added not a little, and we find the rumour accounts of the colony replete with rumours and more or less circumstantial reports of strange creatures which lived in the swamps and lakes and filled the night with their bellowing, so reminiscent of the great prehistoric monsters which roamed the earth in its youth. Even the present day finds the Bunyip dying hard, and reports come to hand from time to time of the creature having been seen, but no intrepid hunter ever seems to bring one of them home as a trophy of the chase. The Aborigines had many names for the Bunyip and his kin: Bunyip or Bunyip, Cayenne Prati, Tumatba, Tumatpan, or Tu Rudun. They described it as being the size of a bullock, covered with long dark hair or scales, with a head and neck like an emu and a mane and tail like a horse, while the head was provided with a fearsome pair of downward curving tusks. A truly formidable beast. In the habit they described it as oviparous, laying eggs and burrowing in the banks of rivers and swamps like a platypus, commencing its burrow underwater and tunnelling upwards until it formed its nesting chamber above water level. And here in this chamber, accessible only from the water, it deposited its eggs as large as a bucket, and enclosed in a soft membranous shell like those of a turtle. Its usual food consisted of crayfish and lobsters, which abounded in the rivers, but it also devoured Aborigines, usually the ladies of the tribe, although, according to some accounts, the Bunyip did not eat the Aborigines, but contented itself with holding them in its embrace under the water until they died. Illustrations from Brow and Smith's Aborigines of Victoria, from drawings made by an Aborigine in 1948, show two types of the creature. One very like an emu, but endowed with an extra pair of legs attached to the breast, while the other, well, it is hard to say what it resembles. From the 1830s to the 1870s, one finds many circumstantial accounts of the Bunyip in the lakes and swamps of New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania, recounted by eyewitnesses. One observer thought that one of his cattle had fallen into the water, so great was the noise of the splash, while others described the water being splashed up to a height of 10 or 12 feet into the air by the animals at play. Many reports have come from the Great Lake and Lake Tiberius in Tasmania, extending over a period of many years. Some excitement was caused at the Great Lake early in 1932 by the report that the Bunyip had been seen by a number of independent observers. In 1849, a skull, unlike that of any unknown animal, was discovered, and it was confidently declared to be that of a Bunyip. It was reported upon by W.S. Macleay, who considered it to be that of an immature foal. Sir Richard Owen eventually decided that it was that of a calf, so much for one of Australia's one and only authentic Bunyip skull. By degrees, the reports of observers became more detailed. The creature had a head like a bulldog, It had flippers and could swim rapidly through the water at the rate of 30 miles an hour, according to one report, until at last the position became clarified and science stepped in and provided the solution of one of Australia's greatest mysteries. The Bunyip was a seal. It is well known that seals travel long distances up the Australian rivers when in flood, and when the waters recede, become stranded in billabongs and swamps, being unable to return to the sea, and these animals, strange to the inland Aborigines, gave rise to the Bunyip legend, and superstition and tradition provided the rest. In connection with the travels of seals from their native element, an amusing incident may be recalled. A large sea leopard found its way one night into the streets of Hobart, where it was found in the small hours of the morning by a policeman, who, mistaking it for an inebriated citizen sleeping off the effects of a convivial evening in the gutter, promptly endeavoured to effect an arrest. With it is reported a shuddering effect upon the nerves of the arm of the law. The specimen of the sea leopard now adorns the Hobart Museum. The roaring and bellowing of the bunyip, which added much to its eeriness, may be attributed to either the hoarse bellowing of the seal itself or to a bird, the bittern, which frequented the reed beds and swamps and produces a bull-like booming noise, entirely disproportionate to the size of the bird, which, owing to its retiring habits, is seldom seen. The seal theory seems hardly to apply in the case of the Great Lake bunyip, for here it seems improbable that a seal would have ascended to the lake prior to the building of the Waddup Manor Dam, and remained in the lake for any number of years without having been seen more frequently, as the lake is such a favourite resort of anglers. Since the erection of the dam, it would be quite impossible for a seal to enter it. It would appear possible that the Great Lake bunyip is a very large platypus. One of the latest bunyip reports is that of one supposed to have been seen in Tuckerbill Swamp near Leeton, New South Wales. It is described as being like a dog, with a head at each end, and possesses the unique power of being able to swim either way without changing gear. The end. That's pretty interesting, this. And yes, a lot of reports have been either the bittern for the booming sound or seals for their booming sound and what they've seen. But there's plenty of other creatures out there that are definitely bunyips and they're not seals, and I've found heaps of them. And it's very interesting stuff. Okay, that's it from me. I'll get back to you all next time. Bye.